Hi Tim, Daphne here. Hope you're doing okay. Thank you for sending your next essays for correction. I really hope wherever you are well. Okay, line graph. This is an interesting one. You've done a really good job on this. So the line graph illustrates the amount of oil produced and consumed by China over a 24-year period. The units are measured in or by millions of oil barrels per day. Just because I'm trying to go and change this a little bit like you've changed that, I'm going to put measured daily. Yep, so I'm just instead of per day, I'm going to put in daily by millions of barrels. Measured by, yeah, daily millions of barrels, you'd have to say. Yeah, just to put that in as an extra little bit of paraphrasing there. Overall, both production and consumption showed an upward trend over the years. Oil production, you don't need just oil production, was higher than that of good, nice work there. Consumption in the beginning, however, Chinese consume more oil than it produced, not its, than it produced in the year 1994 onwards. Good, that's the sort of crossover point, isn't it? Rather than in regards to producing oil, I would put the development of producing oil started. So you don't need to have that subject there. So the development of producing oil started at just over 2 million 2 million barrels per day. I think you do need that per day. And experienced a significant growth to 3 million over the next 4 years. Good. After that, the figure stabilized between 86 and 94. Good. Before increasing steadily to around 3.5. Fantastic. Really nice, super paragraph there. Perfect. As for consumption, Chinese citizens consumed just under 2 in 1982, slightly less than half that of production. Excellent. After which the figure displayed a plateau. Yes. Maybe stabilized. Stabilized into a plateau. I don't know if you need the figures. After which, hang on. After which production so it would be production. After which it stabilized into a plateau. So it is back to production. It's stabilized into a plateau because I love that word. I don't really want the figure, so I'm trying to get out over the next 8 years. Then maybe before which would be another one if you wanted. Oil consumption had a sharp increase or increased sharply rather than had. Get it into a verb. Increased sharply. Increased, you could have rose if you don't want to rose sharply. If you don't want to repeat increase. Rose sharply 2, then it would be about 1.5 before reaching a peak. Yay, what a good answer, Tim. You've totally got that sorted. Really, really good. Really good. There's not a lot to say, but you've managed to say it very well. Okay, excellent. So in many countries, imprisonment is the most common solution to crimes. However, some people believe education would be more effective. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Yeah, we haven't had crime essays for a while on IELTS, but it used to be very popular. It could well be that this comes up again, so good to have a practice on this topic. The issue of criminal activities, offences, and recidivism have grown in importance over the years. Okay. Do you know what? I've seen that word before, but I'm just going to do it on the thesaurus, synonyms, because I want to see what else they're giving us. Okay, reoffending, reoffense, repetition, habit, tendency. Okay, so reoffending. Wow. Good word. You've taught me a word there. Okay. Criminal activities, offences, and okay, I'm just going to put in brackets here. It's just so I know. Have grown in importance over the years. Okay, have grown in importance but it's not important for everybody in society or in the in policy making. policy making. So I think we need that bit just to say where have they risen in importance. Okay. Experts argue that, I think the present tense there, whether putting offenders in jail is the best way to tackle the increased number of crimes, or whether the provision of, be careful, don't use their words, whether provision of enhanced education or rehabilitation. That would be the word that I'm looking for here, would be considered as a better preventative measure. In this essay, I'll discuss both views. Yeah, completely agree with education being the most appropriate method in dealing with crimes. Lovely. Good intro there, Tim. That's looking very strong. Well done. I'm just going to check how long this is, okay, because it seems to me this is quite long. 399, okay, you're okay. Can you do this in 40 minutes? Give me your time check. That would be good. Get your time check on that. There is no doubt that imprisonment is usually seen as necessary, or frequently, to address crimes across the world. This is largely because if someone from the community committed a serious crime, such as abuse, stealing, or even murder, they should be penalised or jailed for the crime they committed as a punishment, and this could consequently deter them from posing a threat to society at large. Very good sentence there. You've asked me to grade, okay, and I'm cautious on doing grade, okay. What I'm looking for here is obviously the flow of this is extremely good, this paragraph. And your vocabulary is really good. I like how you're doing your style. So absolutely super on that. I'm just looking here on the grammar. So what I want to check out is the grammar structures you're using. So here, if you've got a conditional here, if someone murdered someone, they should be penalised. Good, you've got a mixed conditional in there. That's looking excellent. For a crime they committed as a punishment, this could consequently deter them from posing a threat. Really, really nice. That's absolutely perfect. Posing a threat to someone. Looking good, Tim. Take Hong Kong as an example. I don't like that. Take Hong Kong, too informal. For example, in Hong Kong, or just go straight in. Recent research from Hong Kong, from the Hong Kong government, has proven that imprisonment is effective. Let's get in some of these hedging words. Sometimes, frequently, usually. So these are quite important because you can't make a big, bold statement. You need to sort of qualify the statement. As the crime rate in the cities remained relatively low after the strict implementation of punitive measures, such as heavier fines, penalties, and even life sentence. So, for example, in Hong Kong, or recent research from Hong Kong has proven that imprisonment is usually effective, as the crime rate in the city has since remained relatively low, after the strict implementation. Good, this is lovely. Therefore, it can be seen that strong correlation between effectiveness in prison and low crime rates. You don't need no number of, just low crime rates. Okay, low crime rates and reoffending. Maybe put that in there as well. Okay. However, despite the arguments mentioned above, education is considered as the most appropriate solution for crime prevention. This is particularly relevant to teenagers, as they are said, very nice, I like that, to be lacking. Either to lack, if you're going to have of, you need to have ing. Be lacking of something or to lack something. Just highlight that so you can just be happy on that grammar there. Purpose, ruthlessness, lacking of purpose, ruthless, impulsive and easily influenced by their peers to engage in antisocial activities. We would say behaviour such as arson, vandalism, unsafe driving, without fully understanding the consequences and impacts caused. You can omit that. This is called omission. You can just take that. Impacts caused. Okay? For example, recent article revealed that 70% of young prisoners reported that. Why don't we go reported no, not being aware of, or limited awareness of, rather than that they did not have the knowledge. So let's get this a bit tighter on the grammar here. Reported not being aware of, or reported limited awareness of the consequences. So you'd go straight from there into the consequences. That would be better, I think. The crime committed. You don't need that. The crime committed. Therefore, if education had been reintroduced, oh yay, thank you, my third conditional. Yes, this is my favourite conditional. Well done. Super hard to use, but you've thrown that in there really, absolutely at the right moment. Excellent. In conclusion, even though incarceration might be able to effectively punish those who committed crimes, I believe that provision of education is so targeted, because it's not like targeted, practical. I mean, we're not going to teach them Latin and French, so let's just, it's life skills almost, education is considered as ultimately superior. Maybe, yeah, should be considered. As it could equip the general public with knowledge about laws and prevent them from engaging in any illegal acts. Very, very good. Tim, you write extremely well, obviously. Really, really good writing. Okay, so how would I grade this? The task achievement, you've absolutely answered both parts. So you've addressed this, imprisonment, and you've addressed education. You've gone in with the agree or disagree. You've done that to what extent. So just checking that. To what extent? I think you should just have, if I'm going to be really fussy, I firmly believe, yeah, just to get this what extent, which is important to show you've totally understood that. So coherence and cohesion, it reads very fluently. The organisation of your paragraphs is excellent. You've managed to develop your argument before going into your example, so really happy on that. Vocabulary, as always, Tim, is looking excellent. Nice variety. You're not repeating yourself. And really super grammar in there today. So I've noticed a real improvement in your grammar. So confidently above a band 7. Beyond that, I get really nervous. So, I mean, I would rather not put my, say beyond that. If you really want me to, then I can get a second opinion from Ellen, who I work with. Let me know, Tim. But I'm very happy with that. I mean, I reckon you're on 7.5, maybe even more. This one, again, you're answering that extremely confidently. Again, 7.5 or more. Very happy with both those tasks, Tim. Really good work. Well done.